Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 7th class students, D2 Maths, exercise number 1C, question number 2. Yes students, what question number 2 says? Question number 2 says 8 men can build a bridge in 12 days. Find the time taken for 6 men to build the same bridge. State the assumption made. 8 men are there and they have to build the bridge in 12 days. Men are 8 and days are 12. Means time is 12 and men are 8. Find the time taken for 6 men. Now men are decreased, mean 2 men have gone. Now they have to build the same bridge, but men are less now as compared to the previous one. These were 8, now 6, but the bridge is same. So now we have to check that how much time 6 men will take to build the same bridge, because 8 men are taking 12 days to build the bridge and 6 men will take how much time to build the bridge. State the assumption made as well. So let's start students. We will solve this question by two methods. So I'll solve with two methods, but you will find that which one is the most easy, so you can adopt that one. The number of men to build a bridge is inversely proportional to the number of the days to build the bridge. That is inversely proportional. Why? What is the relation between men and the time? Means what is the relation between men and days? It is inversely proportional, because if men are decreased, obviously time will be increased, days will be increased. Because if 8 men were working to build a bridge in 12 days, so 6 men will take much time as compared to 12 days. So if men are decreased, time will be increased. It means if one quantity is decreased, the other is increased. That is inversely proportional. Inverse proportion, that is so inversely proportional to the number of the days to build the bridge. Now students, 8 men can build a bridge, that is 12 days. It's given 8 men can build a bridge, that is given, it's 12 days. So we have to check that how much time 6 men will take to build the bridge. So to find the time for 6 men, first of all we have to find the time for 1 man, that how much time 1 man will take. Because 8 men are taking 12 days, so 1 man will take, 1 man can build a bridge is equal to 12 multiplied by 8. So it will be multiplied, means 12 will be multiplied with 8 to find the 1 man. Now 6 men can build a bridge is equal to, so 12 multiplied by 8, so it will be divided by 6. So 12, 8 times 96 divided by 6, that is equal to 16 days. It is 96. 12, 8 times 96 divided by 6 is equal to 16 days. Which means they will take 16 days to build the bridge. So what assumption is made? The assumption made is that the men work at the same rate in building the bridge. Means all men, whether they are 6, whether they are 8, they work at the same rate. Now let's do this question students with the second method. In second method, first of all we will write men and here days. As students, you know the men are 8 and days are 12. So we want to actually write in ratio form. So then men are 6 and days are x, means we want to find. Now we will put arrow. How? There are 8 men and these are decreasing. Decreasing means arrow will be downward. Direction will be downward. And here days are 12. And if men are 6, obviously days will be increased. So arrow will be upward, because here days will be increased and here days are less than. So arrow will be in this direction. Now students, where arrow is ending, arrow is ending here, so we will write x by 12 means where arrow's tail is there, its tail, its head. So we will start writing from tail, x by 12. Here tail is here is equal to, tail is here, it's 8 by 6. Now after cross multiplying, we will cross multiply, that is 6x is equal to 12, 8 times 96. The same method, dividing by 6 on both sides because we want to find the x value. So this will be cancelled. X is equal to 16 days because we want to find the days. So these are 16 days now, means it will take 16 days. This is the second method, students. You will if you will find the second method is easy, you can adopt this one. If you will find the first method is easy, you can adopt that one. So this is the question number 2, exercise number 2C. Now move towards question number 3. Students, what question number 3 says? If x is inversely proportional to y and x is equal to 40 when y is equal to 5, so then we have to find three questions are required to find the value of x when y is equal to 25, an equation connecting x and y, the value of y when x is equal to 400. A lot of questions you have done, students, with this method of this type of questions you have done a lot of in exercise number 1A, 1B. So you can solve this question as well. So let's do. So x is inversely proportional to y means we have to write the relation between x and y, that is inverse. X is inversely proportional to y. Students, I think you have done just a lot of questions, but of direct proportional. This is inversely proportional. Inversely proportional means if one value is increasing, the other is decreasing. So one value direct means if suppose x is directly proportional to y, so we write the relation between x and y, directly proportional to y in this way, because one is increasing, other is increasing, one is decreasing, other is decreasing. But in inverse proportion, if one is increasing, other is decreasing, that's why it will be divided. Now we have to make x is equal to, we have to remove this sign by inserting k as in direct proportion we were doing. X is equal to k by y. So we want to find the value of k. By placing the values we can find, or by cross multiplying, that can be xk is equal to xy. What are the x and y values here? As students, you know, x and y values are given to find the value of k constant. X is 40 and y is 5. So we will place these values now to find the value of k. X was 40 and y is 5. So in this way k will be 45 times, that is 200. This way k is equal to 200. What is the next first part? First part is find the value of x when y is equal to 25. Here we have to find the value of x whereas y is equal to 25. So this is the general equation, you can say this one or this one. So we will place values of y here and we can find the value of x. Y and k value we have, so we can place these in this equation. Equation is k is equal to xy, k value is 200, x value is x we have to find because that is required to find. y value is 25. We want to find the value of x, so we will divide by 25 on both sides. It will be cancelled. 25 will be cancelled with 25. Sorry, it will be divided by 25. So now it will be divided by 25. It is cancelled, that is 8, which means x is equal to 8, as it was required in part 1 to find. Now in part 2, that is we have to find the equation connecting x and y. We will place the values here connecting x and y. That equation is x is equal to k by y. So x value is, k value is, what is the k value? It's 200 by y. This is the equation to connecting x and y. This is part 2 equation. This is the equation connecting x and y. Now move towards part 3. In part 3, that is, we have to find the value of y and x is equal to 400. It's given. We have to find the value of y. So students, the same method as we have done here to find the value of x, we will place the values of y and we can find x, and we can find the value of y. X value is 400, k value is 200, and y value we have to find. So students, this one will be multiplied, because that will be cross multiplied. So 400y is equal to 200, because to cross multiply. We want to find the value of y, so 400 we will divide by 400 on both sides, because we want to find the value of y. So it will be 1 by 2, or y is equal to, we will divide it, that will be 0.5. So this was our third question of exercise number 1C. So students, now as you know, in question number 3, question number 2 and 3 we have solved today. Question number 3, x is directly proportional to y, and y values were given. We have found k. And in part 1, x was required to find, y was given. X and y equation connecting was required to find. We have found. Y was required to find by placing the value of x. We have solved this question by inverse proportion. So question number 4, you will also solve this with the same method, the question number 4 by yourself. That is, if q is inversely proportional to p and q is equal to 0.25 when p is equal to 2. Q and p, there is inverse relation, the same method as there was inverse relation between x and y. Here express q in terms of p. Express q in terms of p means we have to connect the equation. Okay, as we have done this one. Find the value of q when p is equal to 5. We have to find the value of q by pressing p value, and calculate the value of p when q is equal to, here q is given, we have to find, here p is given, q we have to find, here p and q both are given, we have to find the value of constant, means proportionality constant, that is k. And here express q in terms of p means find the equation connecting p and q. Okay, so question number 4, students, you will solve by yourself, and question number 3 and 2 I have solved. Practice it frequently and solve on your register. In next lecture, inshallah, we will start the next questions. Till then, Allah Hafiz.